Shut up and sit down.
Hey, it's the Deaf Man from Deaf Man Vinyl. I get a lot of questions about first pressings of albums. Are they more valuable? Do they sound better? Well, the answer to the first question, are first pressings more valuable, is yes. First pressings are generally more desirable. They're seen as more authentic, and people want that first edition of the album. I've got a first edition of Lynyrd Skynyrd's Street Survivor. Unfortunately, this was the original cover, then there was the plane crash, and subsequent pressings, they got rid of the flames. So if there's anything unique about a record, a special cover, a sticker or a band poster or some kind of insert, it's going to be in that first pressing. On subsequent pressings, maybe not. So yes, first pressings generally command a better price. So you can check out our video on valuing your records for a more in-depth discussion of how to determine which pressings you have. So the second question is, do first pressings sound better? Is the audio quality better on that first version than on subsequent versions? So the answer to that is it depends. So big picture, a first pressing is not automatically a guarantee of audio quality. Why is that? Well, a lot of things have to happen for a record to sound good. Ultimately, the biggest variable in how good a particular pressing sounds is the mastering, how it was mastered. So the master is a metal plate that stamps out all those globs of hot vinyl into a record. And a mastering engineer uses a special lathe, a cutting head, to transform all those sound waves into grooves on a master disc. And so it's a super critical step in making a great sounding record. It's so important that the mastering engineer gets his name on the album, right along with the band and the producer. But before the cutting process, the mastering engineer sculpts and polishes the sound of that record. And when that all comes together, you get a master that captures what an analog LP does best. It creates a warm, natural, and realistic sounding music. So some mastering engineers make a name for themselves by producing such excellent sounding records that aficionados will actually seek out pressings by that engineer. And you'll find a code in the runout section of a record that'll actually, you can tell where that record was produced. Sometimes the mastering engineer will actually hand etch their name or initials or put some kind of message in there. Some of the big names that people look for in mastering include Lee Holko, you'll see an LH, Rudy Van Gelder, RVG, Bernie Grudman, BG, and George Peckham. And he'll put Pecco Duck is his signature on there. So where can a particular pressing go wrong? Well, there are a ton of things that can impact the audio quality of a record. The stamper that stamps out all those discs is under ridiculous pressure. It might pick up scratches and flaws as the run progresses and press them into the record. There could be issues with the lacquer master, even the quality of the pellets of vinyl that are melted down to form that glob of hot vinyl. All those things can make one pressing sound markedly different from the other. And so a really popular record like Fleetwood Mac's Rumors or the Eagles' Hotel California or a Beatles records may be repressed a dozen times.
Just sort of happens.
And so those pressings might sound dramatically better or dramatically worse than the first pressing, or there may be no discernible difference at all. So how do you find out about all those different pressings, the good ones, the bad ones? The easiest place to find this kind of information is on a website like Discogs. You just decipher the code in the runout or the center of the record, and you can start digging. So audiophile forums, stereo magazines, and fan forums like Reddit are another place to go. And if you're buying an album online, there will usually be some kind of discussion of audio quality in the reviews and comment sections. I'll go ahead and warn you, it can get kind of geeky to follow an endless debate about the virtues of one pressing over another. But again, a first pressing is no guarantee of audio quality. It might be an amazing sounding record, and it probably will be. But then again, the next pressing may be the better pressing. You just have to do your research. So as always, drop a comment if you have any questions about vinyl, stereo gear, caring for your vinyl. I'd love to talk records with you, and I hope you'll subscribe for more great videos on vinyl, turntables, and record care. Until next time, it's the Deaf Man saying, keep 'em spinning.